Ready, steady, go!
Je serai le président de
There's no end to this.
Nice and spicy. want to help. There's still a long road. I want to help.
behold.
Right on time. Did you enjoy your visit?
It was so big and
Indeed. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
she's super rich and so Yeah, her take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon.
Oh. So you also met...
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed.
Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is, although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true. Yes, she has only relied on herself. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing.
The Jade Chamber is only second.
Why, Mora?
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said
That is how the Fatui have always been. No matter what they may be planning.
So, is there anything we need to get?
Yes, as a matter of fact,
Blaze lilies. Oh, right.
no. Those lilies at Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. Before the Archon War. Of course, there are wild glaze lilies, but I'll need your assistance in gathering. No, I need you.
So really?
We'll only know once she's...
Whenever you're ready. Da 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 da. What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue? Dumpty Dumpty Go!
This little monster is no... The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long.
Well, that's nice and all.
Unfortunately...
That's so late.
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lily?
Oh, hey! It's...
Hello, traveler. Ah, that reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade...
Well, it sure would have been better if you...
Didn't I tell you the way?
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh.
So she's acting different from the first.
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the
You came all the way out here to see the flowers?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. Whenever my duties take...
Oh, so...
No, it's quite alright. When the Archon War came to... Yes. The other 5, including of the current 7 arc. This means that Liyue...
So what do you think of this?
Huh? As a mortal, but as an adeptus.
Huh?
Yes, after the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex. Well, I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found.
We did.
Oh, so did you sing a song?
Indeed, I did. I know this.
Wow, so you really know...
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If you would excuse me.
And that just about does it, given the ease of picking glaze lilies.
Yeah, Paimon can already...
I'm beginning a new undertaking, so you must be careful.
Wow. Alright, I think...
Consulted, the Millilith are watching our every...
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun...
Do they intend to exercise?
Most likely. However, both sides request...
It seems inevitable.
The Adepti do not acknowledge...
Surely the Liyue Chising are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the action. Only now do they want to... Anyway, Mr.
It looks like things are about to boil over.
Do you intend to use... Neither path isn't...
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zheng...
Things are taking a turn. I'm afraid I must leave. Consider your next course.
So what does Zhongli mean? Oh, Paimon gets it. He must be waiting for... Well, where could we find... Where would he go at a time like that?
Understood. All right, let's go.
Just sharpen my spear. Wow! You looked impressive enough from the outside. This is where all of Tadasumara is minted, right? Oh, so it's a trap! But even if we can't take it, or better yet, take a nap on top of him. Oh, right! That it's quiet. Huh? Look! What up? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to go make...
You've already fulfilled your task.
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross. Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But who could have... If it weren't for that lovely little rite of parting ceremony you put together. Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from...
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, she will get that which she designed. I'm not asking for your blessing. At the time for discussion and diplomacy, either way. We know the battle.
Battle? So you're the...
You... When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral, instead of confronting you direct when she faces a work. But as for me...
We won't let what happened to...
Oh, besides, you could never... Fighting talk, I love... This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. So quick to flee. Passable effort.
It's nothing. Submit.
How unbecoming. You're wide open.
Dumpty dumpty go!
Not bad. We've got it. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger. All you do is run. Got you. No use hiding back there. I'll crush you.
Boing, boing, go! Wave it to it!
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it! Dumpty Dumpty go! La la la. Look! Child's back to...
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis.
That's what we've been trying to...
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just... This battle is already... Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend.
Pretty sure that's not the...
Unfortunately, I must bring... Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again... In fact, in my...
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also... As such,
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. The truth is, the world belongs to those who... Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as for...
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath...
A god?
Osile, overlord of the vortex, who was defeated by... If such an ancient god... Do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand...
But the Ark...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey! Those are Sigma Paimon remembers now! The Fatui...
Indeed. The one that was given with the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed up using the powers of... But knowing that such an... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Nira, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone! That guy is fast! What's going on? If we hadn't happened this... Do we...
What are you doing?
Huh? Hold on! It's the Adept guy! What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? I'm...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have a...
Oh, Paimon gets it. So, just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets...
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary.
We've already discussed this.
What?
One certainly could. The Chi Sing did once research, and as fate would have, for what could you more?
So be it. We shall use the upgrade. We haven't a moment to spare. Yep.
Three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me! Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness. Divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snesh and I's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
No! many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy. That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Karst. Wow, it's Madame King's shockwave. This granny's really strong. La la la.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast! La la la. That really hurt.
Shine. You are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Let's end this quickly. I guess this is it. This isn't good.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
I've always believed that children are the most naive and innocent.
Ad Astra.
extra.
should say. Excuse me, do you sell the
Yes. How many?
It's not convenient to speak.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guess, but...
If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came... Did we make it in time? Is the...
What are you doing?
Hold on. It's the Adept guy. What are you...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed...
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just seeing this Overlord of the
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago. So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and...
We've already discussed this together.
What? But all of you...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the map, and as fate would have it, one who did... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms?
I suppose this is... So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight. We haven't a moment to spare. Yep.
not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? What wishes to witness?
It's nothing. Submit!
Give up!
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy. That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Karst. Wow, it's Madame Pink's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
By the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Your life is mine. Give up.
You're not going anywhere. Just put your back into it.
It's not.
Blazing delay!
Power that isn't Python! Ha! The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
The ominous aura of that monster, the effects of the sigil of it will be some time before the Overlord.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for—
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but it is a testament to Ningguang's entire life. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the... 3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat, but that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and
Are you questioning our means of protecting?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears,
Forebears, you say?
this morning,
What?
in the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing, but I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height, as Adepti, we've become a laughingstock.
All right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of... Although I am a mere mortal soldier,
Why does everyone...
Weren't you...
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards, when danger is near, everyone always protects me. And thanks for protecting you.
Unfortunately, we would...
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not...
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not...
Seems like the Adepti...
Let us return now.
Eager to leave. Yes, one understands what the Conqueror... One fears that by the time one finally... Fair enough. Since we Adepti have... But how will we ensure...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was of... Oh, right! It's the child wanted to unleash the god, so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's going. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Excuse me. Have you... Oh, I'm Sean. Evil spirits have... It is my duty to exorcise or destroy them. Really? Oh, sorry. Judging from you, sometimes even the most trivial... Oh, in that case, I guess I'll... But if you're... I read a flop then, and cases such as these might actually be... So you don't think... Sorry. No, it's fine. No, not at all. This tendency of getting stirred up. Yes, but I must... Oh no. I'm still feeling... No. But what should I do next? Yes, I've noticed there's no coincidence, but it doesn't seem he has any intent. Right.
Sorry, I'll leave now.
No, please,
No, there's nothing. My sister... I'm her...
Oh, you mean...
Oh, it does.
I see. Well, these popsicles... Here are my young...
Really?
I never but I wonder how I'll manage without any popsicle. I usually... Now that I've used all my supply... Oh, no need. I'm sure I can manage it on my own. No, please don't, but if you're offering to...
Is there anything I can do for you two?
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at...
Doesn't the Northland last time we saw Zhongli, do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and... Race you! Feel free to take... Race you!
You call this cooperation between harbingers?
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, it seems
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child.
it's you two. I believe. Right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was...
I'm a new...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never... Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together. Nothing personal. We just have different views. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now...
What in the world are you...
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the I stood motionless among the crowd.
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising. Indeed I was. The Gnosis which I had... That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to...
Of course. And it would have been all too... Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when...
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city. Yet faced with such a crisis, and hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our all the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of these things were all a part of my script. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors. On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for... If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue.
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter.
Fine. I'll meet you there.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us...
Realistically speaking...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of... My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsari... Uncover that answer for your... One of the clauses of a...
Since we're going through with this rite of part... Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal... There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui. Shh. Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you,
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean...
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the...
Say... Do you think the person who assassinated...
Now that you mention it, that's very... I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the... Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must it...
forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look.
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless at gods and Adepti live rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs it. So that's how something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for... The Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? Did Zhongli tell exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are there speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is
3,700 years.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous.
Long unending.
Now that we have awoken from our... Will you stand with us as we...
So concludes the word. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng?
Huh? Is she looking?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Race you!
Perhaps a minute.
And to think I'd put my bet, but it seems as if those were... Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals and...
As for the mortals and Adepti,
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught, and here you are looking...
Why would I not feel right if the two of you can...
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout.
You're right. I do...
But why would more...
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand,
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money in the City of Commerce. We do not merely exchange money or goods. The Archon Morax could never experience life. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But the...
Paimon thinks that we should make a...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. Yes, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of...
Paimon thinks we've heard them.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also...
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Ina's... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control. But if a person shows true strength, this is what visions are. Magic.
That...
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began...
Vision hunt decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's...
They want to seize visions?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precise... The Animo Archon is the fact that even I, knowing her, 7 ideals for... Alright then. Was... That said, I hinted as much to the... How did I accomplish that? Alright then. Was... That said, I hinted as much to... How did I accomplish that? Alright then. Was there anything else?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement...
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti, and I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. Kuching is absolutely right now. Though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, could the original person who brought up the idea... All right then. Was there anything else you wished?
That's right. Zhongli, since Morax is dead. Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations.
This is terrible.
Yes, this is in... well, I suppose...
Then, did you at least set some private...
Oh, a private fund.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside.
Finds out.
Children, come. Oh, no. In fact, my old friends and I have been...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, that simply won't do. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as a... Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? I will not go into too much detail. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket...
So, in the eyes of an Adeptus, creating...
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself... but that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift...
That's right! Fine?
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for... What's more, I doubt that you would know how... Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the... You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lily. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil, and even more difficult to find is smaragd... In any case, smaragd... goodness knows...
Well, since you're an Adeptus...
Yes.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This Yenfei, I believe you've already heard of the Traveler and...
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension, before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequent... A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei. Oh, yeah.
Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need. You'll have to excuse Yenfei. She's always been like this.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones...
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time. And they had me, and once I was all grown up...
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus.
Well, my dad did say that he'd talk... Anyway, let's not dwell. The chasm's been sealed off.
Is that so, Yenfei? Are you sure?
I know, Granny. You've told me 1,000 times already. Well,
Whoa, that's a really...
Commercial consultancy. Crossel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on... He mentioned that he... So, I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but...
Wow, an Adeptus implore... This may be a little little more careful, but...
Some people find...
Mr. Crossell. How's business been?
Oh, good. Very...
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now...
Miss Yen.
Wait!
No, I'm not. The contract. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus Jadeite is genuine.
Guaranteed genuine? With 10 times the value payable if this...
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance.
In that case, might you know where Monsieur Chow lives?
Oh...
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll be off now.
Whatever shall I... Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? We understand from Mr. Crossell that my associates and I are very...
The hairpins. I don't know how I spend so much money on them. We now have a big bank. That's what but now that I've...
Why does Pat...
Would you... Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet.
Huh? What?
Let me see.
That's right! Gansby said she's illegal if I'm true.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original. Furthermore, and given the...
Even higher. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed...
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, whichever way...
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be...
Please. However much it is now that it's come...
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course. So hold on a...
What did I feed? My family has...
Smooth to the... No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things.
Can't beat the atmosphere here,
Ah, Miss Yen. You lost them.
I'm sorry.
Mora! Do you have any idea? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yante...
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. It was in fact genuine Smaragdus...
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I...
Alright, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official...
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hair?
Looks like I'll have to find some way...
Please wait, Mr. Chow. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find...
Race you!
Miss Yunfei, what is this about?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hair...
What do you mean?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless time. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus jadeite is if mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic... Mr. Chow, did you at any time...
No, not at all.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were... If I've deduced correctly, he may...
If that's the case, we should go confront him.
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would... And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus jadeite into... After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chat... Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do...
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might...
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certain...
Well then, since...
Oh, that won't be a problem, but for...
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a...
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any work commissioned but not bound by a contract...
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into...
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay, and I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a hand...
This contract has so many pages!
Alright, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite... I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus jadeite myself. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But I also... The idea of someone abused... But again, let's not dwell on this. Ha! I've got it! Let's pay a visit. If Mr. Crossell had his orb...
Come and see these rare and precious curios.
Why, hello there, honored customer.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named Crossell enlisted your ore processing service?
A Snezhnayan? That was the he was quite... Why, yeah.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Try your luck betting on Jane?
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross, yes. It's not particularly rare. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus.
A thin layer!
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental...
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait!
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come... These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep there may be only... And...
Alright, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. I just liked...
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold?
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed...
yeah.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing right...
Of course.
Oh, this document... I wouldn't say there's been an incident. Just a...
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell...
On the contrary, if you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Singsi. She often helps...
Well, that was quick.
Because lots of people come to me for As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contract, but the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems as such.
So you help them...
Yes, well, that's no obstacle, because I've memorized...
You...
You sound surprised.
knowing the law inside out. Oh, this has nothing to do with being an Adeptus. Again with... Well, that's that then. Race you!
It's you.
Have no further trouble from then on? Has a merchant by the name of
Crosal, the design of this order was on hold for a very long time.
Doesn't seem like there's any... Miss Sinksy.
Yes, I'm Mr. Crosal. I also kept a copy for my own records. The inlaid gem...
Thank you, Sinksy.
Sure.
Nothing you need to worry about. Why is everyone's first react? I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last... The weirdo? Because only he can provide an authoritative... Once we have...
To what do I owe the pleasure? And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragd.
Smaragd? The seven? It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without her, I suppose...
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr.
No trouble at all. But I wonder... You're too kind.
Guys, it's weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there? Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crosal.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation?
Yes, my investigation is indeed...
Wonderful. Well then.
Of course. Mr. Crosal, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her?
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus jadeite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine.
Material evidence? What material? I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus jadeite, and yet you claim...
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment. This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along...
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between... In any case, Smaragdus nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite. So I had him cut away the...
That's an unsubstantiated...
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated.
Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Hard evidence. Something legally binding. Wait, oh, come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the Ministry of Civil Affairs. The one we got from Sinksy.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real...
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. You know, you could be right.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence...
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do, Traveler. Would you do the honors?
Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains, and sustained contact with Smaragdus jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious case. Mr. Crossell, were you aware? No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to, I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the ministry. However, I'm sure that the ministry will be relatively lenient. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence, I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell.
Huh? No.
Aren't actually inlaid with genuine Smaragdus jadeite? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that, Mr. Crossell, your answer.
Yep, he's seriously intimidating right now.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was... But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small... But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel... I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone... That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is all... I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite, and especially I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to...
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal...
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partner... If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hair...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client.
10 times.
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum...
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility.
Mr. Chow...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead?
What? But
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn this Smaragdus jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time...
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I'm... Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that...
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I could see from the hairpins you produced that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family on the up. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine...
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too.
Oh, exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. Even though the
right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, an adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal...
I'm on can think of someone who would...
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. ton of clients waiting for me.
Oh, you. All right then.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump in...
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Indeed she is. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is Liyue, all right then.
Paimon's so excited!
There we go. This, hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if...
Wait a minute, Granny! How...
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've all...
But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that still. What? Oh, wait a second.
Wow, it's
a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am, hang on. Oh, call me, I suppose.
So you're the little helper, not
Madam Ping? Oh, you may leave all matters your journey may be far from over. But at least though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not. Thus, we teapot spirits were created. You may consider me a but now, have you any blueprints on you? As long as you have a blueprint, you can...
Blueprints? Oh, that's right!
Yes, these are the Just commit the image of the objects to memory and then simply release the thought from your mind and the
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city.
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adept, he said that even though subspace creates this world is not a true one after all. It provides merely a
golden-eyed adeptus?
I hardly remember myself. Well, let's not dwell on that. If there's anything you would like to...
Time for a quick snack? I'll whip one up in no time. decide whether pyro slimes taste better with salt and pepper or garlic and herbs.
Not used to the place at the moment.
If there's nothing better to do, we could go foraging for ingredients.
When breaking new, I'll teach. If you ever...
I love it. The scenery here is so different. And here I can sing at the top of my voice. It sure is not anyway. I think. Race you! Race you! Nice and spicy!
It's no. Your life is mine. Give up. It's nothing. Submit. Give up. To ashes. Take this. It's not. Back at ya.
should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
Are you a good cook? Then I'll leave it to you. Do you have any...
Let's end this quickly! Put your back into it!